Hello, bonjour, comment ça va, and welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, nice to meet you, and welcome back to all our regular subscribers. Always awesome to have you among us. So today we're talking about two new headsets by Apple. The first one will be the augmented reality glass, which is set to be released pretty soon, and also the virtual reality headset, which Apple are developing. Here's what we know so far. Alright, so let's start off with the AR glasses, or also known as Apple Glass. So the first thing we know is it will be running on basically the iOS 13 with a process called Starboard, which will basically enable you to navigate through the different menus using hand gestures or touching the side of the actual glasses. Apparently, passers-by who will be walking or looking at us whilst we have the glasses on will not be able to see what's happening inside of the glasses. Only the person wearing the glasses only will be able to see what's going on, so that's really reassuring to know. According to reports, if you need prescription lenses, Apple Glass will have you covered because they'll both be able to provide non-prescription or prescription lens displays. Diving more into the technology, Apple will be using cutting-edge micro-display OLED technology, which will be supplied by Sony. The resolution of the displays will be 1280 by 960 resolution, and the actual glasses themselves will look more or less like normal glasses. Now, Apple do promise that the reflection will be extremely low, so when you're wearing the glasses, you'll actually be able to see the information very clearly. A report by Bloomberg states that basically the OS that will be running on the Apple Glass will be relying on what's called ROS, where basically the information will be filtered or streamed from the actual iPhone, offloading some of the screen information onto the glass, similarly to basically what's happening at the moment using the Apple Watch. So Apple have been researching and developing technologies in AR and VR over the last 10 years, so we're pretty excited as to what potentially will be coming out. And over the course of developing an AR headset, Apple has considered touch panels, voice activation, and hand gestures as input methods, and a range of applications from mapping to texting are being prototyped. Virtual meeting rooms and 360-degree video playback are also concepts that are being explored. Now, there seems to be a little conflict in terms of launch dates. According to the most reliable Apple expert, Ming-Chi Kuo, who's the analyst for TF International Securities, says that the Apple Glass won't be ready to ship until 2022. A Bloomberg report, however, set the launch date to 2023. However, they could all be wrong, and here's why. Now, this is because John Prosser, a very reputable Apple leaker who actually tried the AR glasses, says that basically they could be available by March or June 2021, and the estimated price will actually be $499, but of course there could be different kind of pairs with different kind of memory at different kind of prices. But if it starts at $499, that's a good sign for the AR and VR industry. Concurrently, Apple are working on a hybrid AR/VR headset, which they plan to launch, apparently according to Mac Rumors website, in 2021. According to reports, apparently Apple are working with Foxconn to actually develop semi-transparent lenses, and it hints now, it's very unsure if they're actually working on two headsets, which one is actually a AR headset, which apparently is supposed to resemble the Facebook Quest and rival with the Oculus Rift S, or whether there's going to be a more enterprise geared headset which is going to have both the AR and the VR, because apparently the VR/AR headset will require to use a base station, which will be basically the size apparently of a desktop tower, which is pretty big, and boast as well as 8K resolution display, which is unseen of at the moment in the current market, although it could be the case that by then other VR headsets will come out with similar kind of resolutions. All we know about the headset at this moment in time is that it will be using lightweight materials, and of course if it's going to rival the Rift S, and it's specifically going to be targeting gamers, where Apple will basically be creating an Apple Store where you can download various different applications, which you can do in the HTC, Pico, or DPVR, or other form of headsets, then it has to be, of course, consumer friendly in terms of price. In terms of the technology they'll be using, it seems to be getting closer and closer to something like the Matrix, because basically you'll be able to map out pretty much any single object in front of you or around you, including all your furniture and stuff, and also recognize the presence of people in front of the display. Now, coming back to the Foxconn and Apple partnership, what we do know in terms of the lenses is that basically they're apparently in the trial production phases, which is basically the final step before mass production. So we can expect indeed a AR VR kind of headset to be released pretty soon, 2021, next year. Now next year there's going to be a few different headsets coming out. Of course, the Deca gear, which is set to come out apparently in May, or perhaps there might be some delay, who knows. And then also the Lynx will be coming out in a few months' time. And of course, we're expecting more than 20 or 30 different AR and VR viewers or displays or MR kind of headsets, which was a collaboration between Qualcomm and 20 or 30 different manufacturers. Now, diving a little bit more in terms of what it seems to be an enterprise level AR/VR headset, the one that is supposed to have 8K display will be wireless, and as I mentioned, it will be basically talking to a box which apparently is going to be the size of a PC tower, so that's pretty big. But it basically also means that perhaps you won't need a computer to run it, you'll have to use the Apple Tower or whatever it might be called then. There's no details on the pricing, but perhaps it could suggest that this one is going to be pretty expensive, but who knows, it's very possible that this 8K resolution AR/VR headset could well be the consumer headset that they'll be targeting. If, like us, you want the VR community to grow and you enjoy the content on this channel, then please go to the link description below the like button in order to support us. It will redirect you to our official VR Essentials merch store, where all the designs, including the Octopus plain Beat Saber and the Shark in VR, are limited editions and will only be available for the next 2-3 months or so. There really is something for everyone, so avoid disappointment, act right away.